Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Sarah, and I'll be your examiner today. And your names are?
My name's Marta.
I'm Beth.
Okay, thank you. Where are you from, Marta?
I grew up in Tomares, but I was born in Sevilla.
Okay. And what do you like about living in Tamales?
I'd say that one of the things I like about living in Tomares is that it's a big town. There are lots of parks, and all my friends live here. So it's a really nice town to live.
Where are you from?
I come from the USA, but now I live in Tomardes.
What do you like about living here in Tamales?
I really enjoy that it's a small town and great people. There are a lot of businesses and services, but we're near a big city.
Okay. Beth, do you like being busy every day?
That's a good question. I don't really like being busy every day. I like to have some free time to do the things I need to, but also to be able to do something fun every day.
Okay, thank you. And would you like to learn to do something new?
I would love to learn to speak French because I speak English and Spanish. However, I've never taken the time to take up French. I love traveling and would really like to be able to communicate in other countries.
Okay, thank you. Martha, what do you like to do in your free time?
Well, I have a lot of hobbies, but if I have to choose one or two, I will say that listening to music is one of them, either with my phone or going to concerts. I'm a big fan of music, and I'm also fond of going for a walk. I spend a lot of time walking because I can exercise while I can do other things.
Great. And how often do you use a mobile phone?
I'm not sure, but I would say around 2 hours, 3 hours per day. Depends on what my day looks like. But I'm trying to reduce my screen time. But yeah, 2 or 3 hours.
Okay, thank you. In this part of the test, I'm going to give each of you two photographs. I'd like you to talk about your photographs on your own for about a minute and also answer a short question about your partner's photographs. Martha, it's your turn first. Here are your photographs. They show people on different holidays. I'd like you to compare the photographs and say why you think they might have chosen this type of holiday. All right?
Okay. So both pictures show people who are on holiday in different places. However, in the first picture, they're traveling in the countryside with a map, whereas in the second picture, I think they're taking a selfie with a big city in the background. In the first photo, I think people might have chosen this type of vacation because maybe they're adventurous and keen on being outdoors. And on the other hand, in the second photo, they might have chosen this type of holiday because they preferred sightseeing and city life. It looks as if the people in the countryside aren't as happy as the people in the city. Maybe they're lost. So the other couple seem to be enjoying themselves. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Now, Beth, which of these kinds of holidays would you prefer to go on?
Personally, I'd rather go on holiday to a big city because I feel like there are more fun activities to do there, while the countryside isn't as interesting. For instance, in a big city, you can visit different places like monuments, restaurants, or museums.
Okay, thank you. Now, Beth, here are your photographs. And they show people studying in different ways, okay? I'd like you to compare the photographs and say why the people have chosen to study in these ways.
Both pictures show students who are studying or doing homework. However, in the first picture, they are working in a group, whereas in the second picture, she is studying on her own. In the first photo, the people might have chosen to study with other classmates because maybe they're doing a group project and they can help each other. On the other hand, the student in the second picture is probably preparing for an exam. She's probably working on her own because she's preparing for an exam. It looks as if she's very focused on what she's doing. Perhaps it's the end of the year, or she has a big project due.
Okay, thank you. Martha, do you prefer to study on your own or with other people?
Well, personally, I prefer to study on my own because even if I really like to work with other people, when it comes to studying, I prefer to be alone and have nobody around because I easily get distracted by other people and noises. So yeah, I prefer to be on my own.
Thank you. Now, I'd like you to talk about something together for about 2 minutes, okay? Here are some things that might encourage university students to keep fit and a question for you to discuss. First, you have some time to look at the task. Now, talk to each other about how these things might encourage students at university to keep fit. All right, talk together.
Okay. Shall we start with healthier options in the cafeteria?
Sure.
Personally, I think this is a good idea because if you have good choices in the cafeteria, it's easier to eat well.
I think you're right because if they see that the only options available are healthy options, they're gonna eat those. But also, maybe they bring their food from home, so they don't really go to the cafeteria. So I think that something that will be more useful would be prohibit fast food restaurants because if they don't have the option that is not available, they have to go look for good food and not junk food.
I completely agree with you. If there are no fast food options, then it's easier to eat healthy. What do you think about discounts at the gym?
Well, personally, I think that's a really, really useful way to get our students to keep fit because university students don't really get money because they barely work because they don't have time. So if they see that the gym is lowering their prices, they're probably going to be interested and go and try.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Do you think building more bike lanes on campus is a good idea?
I think so. I think it's a good idea, but they're starting to use their cars more because that's the age they get their driver's license. So, and what do you think about raising prices on vending machines?
Well, I think this is a great idea because, as you said before, students don't have a lot of money. So if they can't afford to buy unhealthy snacks, then they won't.
Thank you. Now you have about a minute to talk about which option would encourage students the most.
Shall we start with, for example, prohibit, sorry, well, I think prohibit fast food restaurants will be the most useful one to encourage students to keep fit because if they don't see bad food, they're not gonna choose it.
That's a good point. But actually, I'm convinced that reducing prices at the gym might encourage students to actually go and do something and actually help them to be more active.
I think that's a good point, and I haven't thought about that, so I think I'm gonna choose that one as well.
Okay, so let's go for that one then.
Yeah.
Okay, so discounts at the gym.
Martha, in your opinion, how important is doing exercise?
Well, I think it's crucial because nowadays we spend a lot of time in front of screens. Like we carry our mobile phones every day with us, and we don't pay attention to our bodies and what we need. So I think it's really important.
Do you agree?
I completely agree. I think that we're so busy with studying and our lives are stressful. It's really important to remember to get outside and do some exercise every day.
Okay. Is it better to exercise individually or in groups?
As far as I'm concerned, I think working out in a group is best because you encourage each other, you have a lot of fun, and it motivates you to actually go to your group or your sport.
What do you think?
I think I'm with her in that one, but at the same time, I think it kind of depends on how you are as a person. Because I really like um, doing exercise with a group, but for example, my sister, she's shy and she doesn't want to be around people when she's moving or running or walking. So I say it depends on which kind of person you are.
Okay. Some people say young people don't do enough exercise. What do you think?
Well, I don't think that's true at
Mhm.
all. Because even if we spend a lot of time in front of screen, as I mentioned before, I also think that people exercise a lot because they want to look good for social media or for the wrong reasons. But I do think that people exercise, that young people exercise.
I think you're right. From what I see on social media, it seems that young people are working out or playing sports. I see in my community a lot of people out running, a lot of people on the football pitch.
Do you think you need to join a gym to get fit?
Well, I don't really think so.
Me neither.
Um, as far as I'm concerned, it's just important to get some exercise. I think you can do that at the local park or by taking a walk, maybe even walking your dog. However, a gym membership is nice.
Exactly. Like after all you need is your body to be moving to do exercise. So you don't really need a gym. Of course, it has its benefits, but you don't really need to in order to exercise.
I completely agree.
Some people think it's hard to find time to exercise and cook healthy meals. Do you agree?
Oh, I definitely do. I feel like we're very busy and our schedules are full,
I think so too.
and we don't really look after ourselves. And also, like healthy meals are very expensive. So I think it's between time and money that we don't really make that effort to cook or do exercise. I don't know what you think about it.
I agree with you. I think it's difficult to find time to do everything we want to do in a day. However, cooking and exercising are things that are essential for our health, and we have to find the time to do them.
Yeah, and the balance.
But unfortunately, we often don't.
Thank you. That's the end of the exam.
Now the high five.
Yay!